Hey folks, CarportCarl here. It's been a long time since I've posted anything on the vehicles. Still got the Saturn, but it's pretty much done, just some minor maintenance. On the 87 Silverado, I haven't posted anything in quite a while, but I've done some work to it. So what I'm going to touch base with you here is the Rustoleum roll-on bed liner. I decided to try it in my truck, this old beater that I've got. And this truck is going to stay basically a work truck, camping truck, so I'm not trying to make it look great or fix it up like a frame-up restoration. But what I'm trying to do is make it look better than what it is and make it a little more durable. So what I did was I scuffed up the bed of the truck, like they say, and I used one of these like Brillo pad type. It's not steel, but it's kind of a plastic, but it's a fiber, and it scuffs up the bed. I used it all over the bed, and I did the Rustoleum roll-on. Now what I want to do is we'll have the cameraman turn toward the bed here, and I'll describe what I did as we look at the bed. So let's turn over here. So as you can see, it's got the black Rustoleum bed liner. What I did was I bought the bed liner 1 quart at a time. So actually I had 2 quarts of the stuff first. I didn't want to buy a gallon. I thought it might be too much. So I bought a quart, and what I did was scuffed it all up, used some caulk seal back there where there's some hole in the bed. Actually holds water now. So I have to drill, that hole's drained, but I got to drill a hole on this side so it'll drain on this side. But other than that, the bed's good. But what I did was I used the quart. I taped off the top of the bed rails, and I used 1 quart covered almost all 4 sides of the bed. It took like 1.5 quarts to cover the sides. Then it took a whole quart for the bottom. And the reason I did it in a quart capacity, just 1 quart at a time, was I was doing this at time off from work, stuff like that, evenings when I come home. So I wasn't trying to get the whole thing done in one shot, and I wasn't going to spray it. I wanted to roll it on and give it a thicker coat. So I did like the side rails, the back of the truck here, the front of the bed, and then I did it in sections. And so having the functionality of a quart and only using that quart at a time helped me to control the flow, control how much I was using, didn't waste any because it dried out in the can. One warning, and using this stuff, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. It stinks something fierce. And even out here in the open where I did it in my driveway, the fumes were still here in the bed. So if you can do it on a slightly breezy day, that would help because it carries some of the smell away. I did it on a warm day here in the Phoenix area, and it was stagnant. There wasn't a lot of air movement, so it didn't help. If you look over here at the bed, you can see where this, it's only like a 2-coat layer, and it's thin. You can see where it's scuffed off already. So my suggestion is if you're going to do the Rustoleum roll-on bed liner, scuff it up better than I did. I mean, really, you don't have to hit it hard, but I scuffed it through, and what I should have probably done was come back, washed it all down, degreased it, and then scuffed it one more time, just hitting it so you make sure you get the spots. And then this is only 2-coat layer. I need to come back and do a 3rd coat layer, and that would probably seal this up enough to prevent most of these little scratches and pieces coming off. So that was step number whatever for the Silverado. The next thing will be a camper shell I'm working on, and I'll show you that in the next video probably. Oh yeah, the cameraman pointed out this truck had a bent and damaged tailgate, not tailgate, but under bed tire hanger. So I got under there with a hacksaw and whacked it all out and got it out from under there. And I bought from LMC truck a bed mount for the spare tire. It's an L-shaped piece of metal. It bolts to the bottom of the bed and also to the side rail. So you run your bolts through, tighten them down, and then it has, of course, the anchor bolt that goes in and this piece of steel and lug here to lock on the tire. So that was an added feature. I wanted the tire in the bed because of the damaged tire hanger underneath. Plus, I got a nice bumper I'm going to put on the back of it, and I like the idea of still being able to see the axle and stuff underneath. The axle's in good shape. I've had some work done to it, so I'm going to get under there and I'm going to coat it with a satin finish coat and seal it up. I might paint the differential. I don't know. I might just leave it all black. But since there's axle work done, both bearings were replaced on both sides, all the fluids have been changed, and the differential cover gasket's been replaced, I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and recoat the rear axle just to make it look better. So I wanted the tire up here so that once the bumper's on, it kind of gives that truck that distinctive look of being able to see the rear axle, but yet the bumper hiding the frame structure. So that's what I've done with this, and the next video, which I'm working on, is camper shell for this vehicle. I'll show you what I've done to it and the steps taken And then what we'll do is we'll videotape as we go through some of the procedures that we haven't done yet. Later, folks.